10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is November 14th, and we're going to get started by covering stuff that's happening in Istanbul. So, as you know, there's DevConnect happening in Istanbul right now, and there's a whole bunch of other things going on around that, like events by Eigenlayer and L2Beat and ETHStaker and a whole bunch of other services, and like other groups are having like mini conferences or like one-day events and stuff like that. Anyway, here we had ETHStaker's staking gathering, and Ken, one of our esteemed community members, gave a talk there, so you can have a look at the link that Pateris shared, and it's timestamped, so you can go and hear Ken speaking. Also, other things that were happening there, there's a booth that Kevster shared a picture of. This is the Rocket Pool booth at the conference, and like, you know, dead protocol, like nobody's there. No, this is before the conference actually started. I think Kevster was there helping get everything set up, which was lovely. And then here, like I said, there were other things, like lots of like little things going on. So Eigenlayer had a restaking summit, and Langers was part of the panel there and talking about that. I'm not sure who else was on that panel with Langers, but I think that was probably a good chat. And here we had the node set talk as well that happened. So you know, there's Nick and Wander on stage, which is so exciting, and they're saying like the Ethereum vision is fully inclusive, Ethereum's infrastructure is exclusionary in practice. So they want to make everything inclusive, which is really cool. And I like that this the sponsors here, you know, we have Rocket Pool, Sigma Prime, Lido, Diva. Like this is, I think this was the restaking, the staking summit from ETHStaker, is that what it's called? ETHStaker staking gathering. I think maybe it was that event. It might be the different one. I'm not there, so I don't have all the details, sadly. And then we also had these photos from Ken of Langers on stage, and here we have Langers talking in Istanbul. So, you know, I guess he's telling this audience what EIP 4788 is, which is, you know, the beacon route, helping the execution and consensus layers kind of talk to each other. And then oh, actually there was another photo here of Langers not looking best pleased. I guess he was just listening to someone asking a question. And then here we had Kev's winning Lido branded NUC or some kind of staking device, and it looks like he came first on some leaderboard. I don't know what it is that was the criteria for him winning this, but Kevster got like a nice NUC there, and we can just see Ken just behind Kevster as well, so that's really cool. And then someone had a nice picture, this one, Dr. Doofus, of course. Who else was there's Kev holding the thing, and then there's Langers looking really disappointed at Kev's, because it was a Lido branded device. But yeah, that was nice. So that's pretty cool. Okay, moving on from Istanbul shenanigans, here we had this really cool thing that Patches just made. Good guy Patches. So this is a new book that he has put on book.sprocketpool.net, and he says this is a community maintained book. It's a central place for Rocket Pool node operators, liquid stakers, and enthusiasts to discover tools and resources. It isn't a replacement for the official docs. Instead of high-level overviews or step-by-step guides, it aims to highlight useful websites and tools, many of which are built by the community. Select the category on the left and start browsing, or you can just press next. So let's have a look at the different sections that we have here in this book. Here, the first one is Dune Analytics. So this is Dr. Worm's dashboard. He says community member Dr. Worm put this dashboard together to track the protocol's growth and performance. Next, we have delegate profiles. So if you want to do delegation of your voting, it says if you do not want to actively participate in governance, you can delegate your voting power to someone who will. It says if you'd like to select a delegate or become one, this is the place where you could do that. Then with discussion for The governance, it says resources to participate in governance. The first one is the DAO forum, and Patches says most serious governance discussions happen in this forum. In the governance category, you'll find ongoing proposals and discussions there. And then we have governance on Discord, and this is more casual discussion of ongoing governance issues tend to take place on Discord. And then after that, we have Snapshot, which of course, where the voting happens. It says PDAO votes are currently done on Snapshot. Then there's a link to the Snapshot. It says ongoing and past votes can be seen here. And then there's Val's voting guide, which is a Google Doc that Val put together. And it says community member Valdorf has written a detailed guide on how to vote on Snapshot. So there's some really good resources there. Next, we have media, and we have the official Rocket Pool Twitter account. We have a questionably affiliated Rocket Pool intern, and then with the community we have Rocket Fuel, which is my Twitter account. Yep, and the Rocket Rescue node. Maybe we could add like Jasper to that as well, because Jasper seems to be the main go-to person for Twitter, on Twitter for Rocket Pool related news. So I should ask Patches to change that. And then with the videos and media, here we have Rocket Fuel. So it's community member Whack releases daily summaries of all the happenings in the Rocket Pool community and Discord, Reddit, and the DAO forum. And then we have the actual Rocket Pool YouTube channel, which it says Rocket Pool's official YouTube channel has community call recordings. And then we have Stake Rocket Pool, which is educational videos and interviews with community members. And then we also have the weekly Orbit, which is a news, stats, and market discussion show hosted by Pat and Whack. And then after that, we have websites. So here we have the Rocket Pool website itself. This might be, stake.rocketpool. So this is, your hub for staking RETH, increasing your node's RPL stake, migrating RPL 1 to 2, and updating your node's withdrawal address. Then we have the docs, the official documentations, whether you need detailed overview or staking guides, and then the Medium articles where news from the core team is released, like roadmaps and bi-weekly updates and stuff like that. Then in the node customization section, we have Rocket Arb, so Ramana's tool to help node operators capture arbitrage profits when creating new mini pools. Only works when the secondary market premium on RETH. The deposit pool is full but not overfull, and the RETH contract has no liquidity. Then we have Rocket Split. So this is also Ramana's tool, which built with the guys from Long Island Blockchain, I think. Built a tool to deploy custom splitter smart contracts to facilitate nodes with distinct RPL ETH providers. And then we have VFVM, community member Patches, built a very fast vanity miner for quick mining Rocket Pool vanity addresses. That's cool. Next, we have indexes. At the moment, we just have Rocket Scan here. Community member Pateris develops, maintains, and runs Rocket Pool's specific indexer. Rocket Scan, of course, is an invaluable tool. We have rewards, tools to track staking rewards. So we have Rocket Sweep, which has become a very popular tool in the community. Community member D. McCartney built a website for node operators to track upcoming rewards and see and claim past rewards. And then there's also Sprocket Pool. It says community member Patches built a website which shows metrics about past and ongoing smoothing pool cycles. And then finally we have support resources for node operators. So you can get a support in Discord. It's the best place to ask questions, but here are some useful resources. So there's rocketpool.support, and community members Hani Abu built a website to help node operators solve issues with their nodes. And then we also have the Rocket Rescue Node website, where built and maintained by several community members. Rescue Node is trust minimized, secure, fallback for emergencies and maintenance. So that was a tour of the whole of the book. I think there'll be tweaks made to this in the coming days, and this will all be polished up. Well, not polished up necessarily. The content will be expanded and developed to add more things that the community finds useful that they'll want quick access to. So congrats on that, Patches. That's a really, really cool idea. Okay, next we go to the DAO forum, and here we have a coordinating bounty system improvements post from Long for Wisdom, and it says, as discussed in our recent recommendation post, one of the areas that we believe could provide a lot of value to Rocket Pool DAOs is improvement and adoption of the bounty system. This includes a summary of why it's valuable for the Rocket Pool DAOs, suggested improvements to the bounty system, areas in which the community can contribute. So the section here, why bounties. It says bounties represent a balanced working structure for both the DAO and individual contributors. Grants involve lots of risk for the DAO, both subject and execution. The DAO doesn't control what grants proposal it receives, and payment is pre-agreed based on definitions, outcomes provided by the grantee. Retros, on the other hand, involve a lot of risk for contributors. A contributor can never be sure the DAO will recognize what they have done as valuable and pay them fairly for their work. Bounties split the difference here and provide benefits to all parties. The DAO can approve work separately from the worker. Criteria for payment are not produced by the worker. Bounty hunters do not need to make proposals. They can focus on working, and the DAO can better track future expenses. So that's all good stuff. And then this is what can we improve and how can you contribute. So the ideas are of we can make bounties more accessible, we can better incentivize bounty programs, we can make bounties that can drive engagement. And then how can you contribute? There can be a bounty board, bounty RPIP, write more bounties, and adopt the system. So here Long for Wisdom says, to reiterate the above, I would love to work with some of you to pursue this. Even if you're not engaged Rocket Pool's DAO in a serious way before, I'd encourage you to reach out on this thread if any of this sounds interesting to you. Thank you for reading. And then Shifrin says, this initiative shows great promise. I'm prepared to contribute to improving the design and structure through pull requests. Bounties have faced challenging gaining momentum relative to grants and retrospective awards. At present, Waldorf stands out as a primary proposer and contributor. However, enhancing the user experience and fortifying the framework of the system could attract a broader array of participants. In the ideal scenario, an effective bounty system could serve as a vital link between the protocol and the GMC, facilitating the communication of updating insights into the community's expectations and goals. So this I think will be really great going forwards, and I'm curious to see what will come of this. So thank you, Long for Wisdom, for putting that together. Okay, next we have news of a new release. This one comes from GETH. We have version 1.13.5, and it says GETH version 1.13.5 is scheduled maintenance release, fixing a potential data corruption in path scheme which could occur due to power failure. And then there's a bunch of other fixes that are going into this and how it all works. So if you are on GETH and if you want the latest version, you'll have to update it in your TUI terminal user interface using Rocket Pool system config and updating the software there. Okay, next we had news of a big slashing event that took place today, where around 100 validators were slashed, and these were, it seems like, validators from Bitcoin Suisse that got slashed over a little, like a good chunk of time, and there were 98 validators from Bitcoin Suisse that were slashed, and that has become basically a quarter of all validators slashed were from Bitcoin Suisse. So as you can see here, it took place over around an hour. So I'm really surprised that it wasn't caught and fixed within that time. It took over an hour basically for those 100 slashings to happen. So I'm not sure, what was going on with that. But there'll probably be a post-mortem that comes out of Bitcoin Suisse. If it was Bitcoin Suisse, I'm not 100% sure. A post-mortem that'll probably come out in the next few days about what happened and what went wrong and how they won't let that happen again. I don't think it was big enough for it to be a correlated slashing, so it's likely that they lost around 100 ETH, which an organization the size of Bitcoin Suisse, hopefully won't be devastating for them, but definitely no fun to lose 100 ETH. And what's funny in terms of like coincidental, here Blue AVM says, a weird situation, listening to a session on slashing insurance, current landscape and sustainability at ETH Staker Gathering, and 99 validators just got slashed. So it's a fun juxtaposition. And Jasper says, damn, what a coincidence. And then people are saying sus, as if Jasper knows something. But yeah, that's quite brutal. So as always, with these kind of slashings, a lot of people were making jokes about leaving it to the professionals and not, the silly thing about hobbyists being node operators and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the biggest single slashing event I think we've had so far. Okay, next I have, finally, I have this update from ArtDemocrat, who's asking for some help about some data gathering from a New York City-based market research firm called Newton X, and they want to do a study in APAC and South America to learn more about stablecoins and cryptocurrency. The project is a 5-minute survey compensated at $35. So here are the countries that you can be a part of if you want to take part in this. There's Australia, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Philippines, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, Brazil, Colombia, and Argentina. So if you're interested, you can send an email, and they want the link with the stablecoin survey, and they're asking to include a link to your LinkedIn profile. And the LinkedIn profile is a requirement for this, but you don't have to dox your online persona. So if you are one of the people who are in one of those countries, and if you are interested in earning $35 for a 5-minute survey, then get in touch with that email address. Just follow the information in the description below, and you can go and read that post yourself and get the information you need. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end today's episode. Thank you all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.